So I'm recording this from my shitty camera again, and that's because the actual good camera I have is kaput, and actually just needs batteries, which I will buy some soon once I get some more euros. But I wanted to talk about something on a bit of a more serious note because I have been, I was here for 9/11, um, which was my first time to be out of the country for the anniversary of that, and it was a bit interesting, I guess to say. Um, like at school, I heard lots of kids or people my age just kind of making tons of jokes about it. And of course, I would never hear that in America. I mean, it's a sensitive topic, of course, especially to Americans because that happened to our country. But I didn't expect anyone else to make like a joke about that, and so of course it offended me a bit, and it hurt my feelings because that is my home country, and so I just kind of sat there. I was on a field trip, and they were on the train, and they were just talking about this and making all these jokes and showing these pictures, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like y'all always make jokes about this. They're like, yeah, 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 and I it made me think about back in the U.S. I would often hear jokes, not about 9/11, of course, but about things like the Holocaust, and um, it's so insensitive, and I hadn't really thought about it until it affected me in a personal way, and so I I think that before we sort of make jokes like that, we should really think about it, and that sounds so cliche, but like hearing like my country be made fun of about that incident really, oh my gosh, it hurts, and I I I couldn't describe to them like that it offended me like in the way I wanted to because they just don't understand because it didn't happen here. And furthermore, in the U.S., like Holocaust jokes, who I don't understand why that's acceptable either. Um, because if you made a joke about that here, like you just don't do that. And it was a cultural experience, I guess, to say the least, and it really opened my eyes. Like, I don't want to hear any jokes about any of those topics anymore. Like, and the way some people just kind of push it aside and laugh about it, that's also contributing, like, it's not funny, I don't think. And if something like 9/11 happened here in Germany, they wouldn't be making jokes about that. Just like if the Holocaust happened in the U.S., that we wouldn't be joking about that. And it's crazy to think that we do because that actually happened. Millions of people died during that, and thousands of people died in 9/11. And if we actually took the time to like think about that, and I don't think it would seem so funny anymore, and I don't understand the humor in those jokes at all, and it offends me both ways. And I thought I should ramble about it and maybe make some of you guys think about that because it made me think a lot and it really opened up my perception of these countries and the history behind it. So that was my lesson so far. um, while in Germany, one of the many ones I've had. But making fun or joking, even if it's a slight comment, is actually it's a it's a big deal. Maybe to someone, maybe there is a German exchange student sitting in your class, or a Jewish person who heard that joke and didn't find it funny. So yeah, that is my first official video and my first rant, I suppose. I guess kind of a weird way to start out the year, but I have some really cool stories from Germany as well that I really want to talk about soon. So hopefully I can get around to getting my better camera. It's here, but it's broken. But I would definitely get that fixed and make a new video and upload that soon.